What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanna, and for today's video I thought we would do a declutter. So I have been doing makeup on YouTube and Instagram now since June of 2018, and unless I've really hated a product, I have not decluttered jack shit. So today I'm going to focus on face products, including blush, bronzer, contour, face palettes, highlights, that kind of thing. So not your like base, but your, face. So without further ado, excuse you, bless you, come here, say hi to everyone, say hi. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with some face palettes. So this one here is from Cover FX. I got it in Boxy Charm, not last March, but the March before that. So it is very old. This contour shade is like perfection for my skin tone. As you can see, I don't really dip into the highlights. I barely dip into the blush. It's expired. These shades look a little dry, so I think it's probably just best to throw this one away. Next is this blush and highlight palette from the Wet n Wild and Peppermint collection. Here's what it looks like. I really only ever reached into this for this shade. It's a really good bronzer shade. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but all of these blushes are extremely shimmery, and I'm just not a shimmery blush person. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this one. Next is this blush and highlight palette from Wet n Wild and the My Melody and Kuromi collection. This blush is far too dark for me. This one is okay. These highlights are just a little off. They're a little bit too dark for my skin tone. I'm also not the hugest fan of the smell. It's kind of berries but mixed with makeup smell. It's very cute. There's no issues with it. It's just I'm not really reaching for it. I've only had it a couple of months, but I'm just not. It's not for me. Next, I just got this in my December Boxy Charm. This is the iconic London Face palette. I am obsessed with this palette. I know I've only had it a few weeks, but it's so pretty. The last couple of looks on Instagram, I used this palette. So this one I am definitely keeping. Next, I got this in a Boxy Charm as well. I don't know how long ago. This is the Tartist Pro Glow. As you can see, I've really only made a dent in like these shades down here. I think I only need one face palette, and I like the iconic London one better. So that is it for face palettes. Let's go on to Let's go on to individuals. Do bronzers first because that's what I have the least of. This is the Hula Bronzer. I've actually never been like the hugest fan. I kind of got it when everyone was like, oh, hula, 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 that's what you get. This is very old. I'm going to go ahead and throw this one only because it's very old. Next is this Wet n Wild single bronzer. It's a shimmery bronzer, and I'm not really into that. And this probably, it's an okay color, but I like my iconic London one better, and I like my Fenty cream one a lot better. So this is also very old, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this one away. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Don't hate me, I am one of the few people I don't actually like the smell of this. It reminds me more, not so much coconut, but the buttered popcorn jelly bean. That's all I smell. This one I've only used a handful of times, so I'm going to put this one on my Depop. I know these aren't that expensive, but they're a little bit more high-end drugstore, so I'll put it for cheap on my Depop. Next, I got this in a Boxy Charm. This is from the brand Aesthetica, and this bronzer I absolutely love. I will be keeping this one. Next, again from the Wet n Wild Pac-Man collection. These were the Power Palettes. It was such a cute idea, but this bronzer is so shiny. It shows off every single piece of my texture. I don't think anybody likes these, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it away. Next is my Fenty Cream Bronzer. I'm not going to open it up just because the pan looks disgusting, but I cannot tell you how much I love this bronzer. It is the shade Butter Biscuit, which is the lightest bronzing shade. I love, 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 love. So I will be keeping that one. Next is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Matte. I actually use this more as a powder contour. I'm almost close to hitting pan, and you best believe I have a backup because I bought this a long time ago. It was like one of the first makeup products I bought. Yeah, you know what? I actually should throw this one away and use my backup. So since I have a backup, I will throw this one away. And the last bronzing product that I have, I just put up a video on this. It is the previous video to this one, so please go ahead and check it out. This is from the company Half Caked Cosmetics. This is in the shade You're So Last Summer. I am keeping this one. So next, let's move on to blushes because I have a shit ton. So first, it is from Starlit Studios. They're a cute brand. You can buy them at Target or directly through their website. It came with a black light so that I could do my neon looks and put them under black light. And it's a UV activated blush supposedly. I don't use this, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw this away. Next, I got this in a Boxy charm. This is from the brand Trestique. It's an okay shade. I don't really reach for these. I like the packaging. I like that it looks like a pencil. It came with a whole set, so I'll probably be decluttering the rest of this set as we go. Next is this Morphe and Maddie Ziegler, that like blush mousse that they had that you can also use for your lips. This is in the shade Very Good. It is deep, deep red. It blends out very nicely. I go in very lightly. I'm keeping this one because I don't have a blush shade like this. Back to Wet n Wild and Pac-Man collection. They did the same thing but with blush. This shit is so shiny. So again, I'm not going to keep it. I'm just going to put it in the bin. Kind of where it belongs. Okay, next from Tarte. I have a peach shade blush. This is in the shade Captivating. This is my only peach powder shade blush, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. This here is in the shade Party. It's like a neutral, almost nude for me pink. I don't know. I never reach for this. I don't like minis of many things. Like, I have a few, but I really don't like minis. To me, they just take up space because I'm never going to reach for it because I find it a pain in the ass to get the brush in, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I think this is the shade you get for free at like your birthday or whatever. And I don't know how old it is because I got it from someone who decluttered it to me. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw it away. Next, I have this beautiful pink shade called Doll Face. It's kind of like a blue toned pink. And this is the only powder I have like this, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. Next, from Ciate, this is the Marbled Light blush in Dusk. I'm not a huge fan of marbled things. I feel like that was so... Does anyone else remember like 2010, everything was marbled, like baked? That's how I feel about this. It's not a bad blush. It's just not something that I reach for. So I will go, and this is relatively new, so I will go ahead and put this in my Depop collection. Next, from Elizabeth Mott, also got this in a Boxy charm. This blush, even though it has shimmer in it, I actually don't mind because it has gold flecks in it. Here, I'll swatch it really fast. So you can't even really... It's like a lit from within under that blush. It's not like those power palettes. I don't know. It's a peach pink. So I kind of like it, but no, you know what? I don't like shiny blush. This one isn't terrible, but I have a shiny blush that I can make in my face palette. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up on my Depop. The final powder blush is from Milani. It's just like that standard, this is the shade Tea Rose, so just that standard like nudie pink. It's so close to my Tarte blush and I like the Tarte one better. I'm going to go ahead, this is old, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this one away. Alright, next from Fenty. This pan is disgusting, so I'm not going to show it to you, but this is the shade Strawberry Drip. It's pinkier than that actually. But I am going to keep this one. I really like this one. This is in the shade Fuego Flush. I just don't have an orange blush. I did use it tonight. It is a bit sheer, but for such a weird color. I kind of like that, so I'm going to keep that one for now. I have 2 blush sticks from ColourPop. These are old as hell. I have a more salmon orangey red one and a pinky one. I'm going to throw these in the trash because they are very old. I am not a huge fan of this formula. Next, from Rare Beauty, I have 2. I have Joy, which is a beautiful peachy orange shade. This is the dewy finish, and then I have the matte finish in the shade Grace, and this is what I use for my more purple blushes that I want. Definitely keeping both of those. All right, this Maybelline Cheek Heat in the shade Coral Ember, I love. I used it a whole bunch before Rare Beauty came out. I really liked it. I'm gonna keep the Rare one and just throw this one away. Like, I used it a bunch, so there's not much left in there. All right, next, the final blush is again from Half Caked Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Dollhouse. A beautiful girly pink shade. This lighting just doesn't do it justice. Clearing out my contour, bronzer, and blush drawer, I dropped myself down to 1 face palette, 4 bronzers because I'm going to replace my milk chocolate, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 blushes. All right, next let's do highlighters. So I will go ahead and start with highlighter palettes. All right, first up is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Platinum Ice. I no longer support him anymore, just FYI. But I am keeping this one because I really like this ice cold shade. This is a little too dark for me, but I also don't have like a nice gold warm highlight that I can wear. So I'm definitely going to keep it for that. And then I like these fun shades here. Next, from Kat Von D before it switched over to KVD Vegan Beauty. This is the Alchemy palette. I actually enjoy this palette. So it's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but this one is called Green Emerald, and then there's Blue Sapphire, Ultraviolet Amethyst, and Pink Opal, and they do have those shifts in there. But anyway, I'm going to declutter this one because I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette, which when you put them next to each other, they're pretty much the same damn thing. So I'm going to put this on Depop and keep the Moonchild palette. This is the Peppermint Frost palette from him. I am keeping this. I know it's stupid, but mainly because it's limited edition, and I do really like these shades. Again, a gold shade that I can wear. Next, the Aurora palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I honestly purchased this because I wanted to collect all of the highlighter glow kits. These are too dark for me except for like these 2 shades here, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. The Dream palette. As you can see, I dip into this one a lot. It's quite messy. I love how holographic it is. This is a nice gold shade for me. I usually mix this pink and purple shade. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I love how they're almost duochrome. I actually used this palette tonight. This is the Brain Freeze palette from Jeffree Star. This one has the most beautiful blue shift. You can see that there. I really enjoy this shade here. I am going to be keeping this one. And the final highlighter palette is the Northern Lights Supreme Frost Pro palette. The Supreme Frost isn't my favorite formula, but I finally found a highlighting brush that I've used on a singular Supreme Frost that actually works. So I'm going to try this again with that brush before I declutter it. All right, next I have the Rare Beauty one. This is Stain. This is the best liquid highlighter I have ever used. Ever. The not so best would be the Morphe 2. I don't know, it just reminded me too much of Jeffree Star's formula. It's a little thick. It doesn't really want to move, so wherever you put it down, you just have like a blob there. I've used it once. I'll put it up on Depop. Alright, next is from Wet n Wild. This is their new highlighter kit. This was too dark for me right here, but I did like this glitter star. I'll go ahead and put this on Depop. I've literally used it once. This is also from the same collection. This one is supposed to be silver, but it has that beautiful pink shift. And I haven't tried these stars yet, but I'm definitely wearing this for New Year's, so this is a keep. Right, I have some Supreme Frost here from Jeffree Star. It kills me that this one has never worked for me. The base tone is my skin tone, but I freaking love that shift. Camera's not doing it justice. So it turns a really cool blue. So it's like pink and then blue and then pink and then blue. But on me, see on my finger, it just looks like my skin. So I get this weird cast. It's not a shadow, it almost just looks like there's this random oil slick on my face. Look how pretty. I think I'm going to have to declutter this one or see if someone in my household wants it. Next, this is my favorite Supreme Frost. This is in the shade Money Honey, so it goes gold. This cool green. This one is Stain. This one, it finally worked when I used that brush that I was telling you guys about, which it was a Wet n Wild highlighter brush, by the way. It's just not my favorite. Like, it showed up that time I used the brush, but it never really showed up on me. I think this would be perfect on someone who's looking for that, like, lit from within glow, but if I'm going to spend that much money on these Supreme Frost, I don't want a lit from within glow. I want a sparkle. I'm going to declutter that. Get the regular skin frost out of the way. This is in the shade Sarcophagus. I will never ever get rid of this one. It is absolutely stunning. This is in the shade Ice Cold. Again, even though I have it in that palette, I will never get rid of this one. This is in the shade Mint Condition. It's actually not that scary. I just have other highlights that are green, but it doesn't actually show up that dark. So here's what it looks like on my finger. But then when you blend it out, it's not that bad. I think this could be pretty on other people, so I will go ahead and declutter this one. And then this is in the shade Regina George. I tried using this a couple of times, not as a highlighter, but I'd use it as a blush. Ooh, it's hard pan as fuck. So as you can see, it's not that bad. I would use it as a blush if I were someone, I don't know. I don't really want to sell it to someone and have them do the tape thing. And I'm not going to use it as a blush, so I guess I'm just going to have to throw it away. That sucks. There's so much product in this thing. There's over half an ounce in this. Oh, that sucks, but nobody wants a hard pan item. Oh, I feel so guilty. This one I'll put off to the side. If anybody who watches this wants this, find me on Instagram. It's listed in the description box. I will get it to you somehow. I really don't feel comfortable throwing that much product away. If after the video goes up, I'll wait like 48 hours, and if nobody says anything to me, I'll go ahead and just get rid of it and feel like shit, but I'll do it. I'm confronted with my own waste. It's a good thing. I needed the self-drag, to be honest. Alright, this is that same Trace Steak brand I was talking about, where it looks like a pencil. This is the highlight. Again, just not for me. I like cream products. I'm not a big fan of like stick cream products. Next, this is just like those sticks. Again, I don't like the cream stick. This is a beautiful like unicorn shade. Again, it's very old. I mean, these came out over a year ago, so there's no way this can be good. So I'm just gonna have to throw this away. This I need to use again. This is from Half Caked Cosmetics again. This is the highlight shade. It was very pretty. It gave me a lit from within glow, but it took a lot of building up to see it. I'm going to try again and see if maybe I just needed to like get into the product a bit. Plus, I like the packaging, so I will keep this one for now. This, oh my god, I got this when I like bought my first Too Faced product way back when I started. This is the Too Faced Rosy Glow Candlelit Glow. As you can see, it's just a cheap mini. it's very lit from within, but Too Faced is not known for their highlighters anyway, and I just said I hate fucking minis, so this is going in the bin. Which brings me to, I got this when I bought some sort of bundle from Jouer. This is it. Oh my god. It just all crumbled onto my floor just now. Oh my god. Okay, well anyway, it was in the shade Funfetti and it was a mini. I always see this happen to other YouTubers and never me. So good times. Guess we'll just put it in the bin one. And try to pick this up as delicately as possible to not get pink shimmer everywhere. Anyway, it's very pretty, as you can see. Next, I have two Super Shocks. The first one is the shade Over the Moon. Again, another unicorn highlight. This, sadly, did not give me what I wanted. It doesn't do the reflective thing that you would expect from ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. It's been pretty well used. Can't really tell how much product, but because I kept trying and trying and trying to get it to work, but I'm just gonna have to throw this one away. It's old. This one, however, is the best. This is Flexitarian. I cannot suggest this one enough. It looks wet, it looks glassy, it is stunning. This one is not going anywhere. Next, the loose highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Snowflake, which is the silver one. I'm not a huge fan of the formula because it's like these weird balls. You see how it's kind of chunky? But when it does blend out, it's very pretty. And there is so much product left in this. So I, for Christmas last year, got the little trio because I wanted another shade in there, even though I already had the silver one. This one has never been opened. It's a mini, which I'm not opposed to this mini because it's not that much different. I'm going to put this in my Depop because I don't need to. I'm never going to get all the way through this. All right, so this was the mini that I wanted. This is in the shade So Hollywood. It is a gold. I have to go very light with it, but I like it. This one is Sunset Aura. This one also doesn't work for me. I tried. It is too dark. And I'm not someone to think about grabbing a highlighter to make an eyeshadow, so I will go ahead and put this one on my Depop. Even though these two look the same, they are not. This is in the shade Vegas, which is a lighter gold, so I do tend to reach for this one more. So I will be keeping that one. This is the Ofra and Nikkietutorials palette. So you have the shade Space Baby, which is my favorite blue shift highlighter. This one here is called Glazed Donut. Stunning, warm champagne. And then this one is Glow Goals. I can't use this one as a highlight, obviously, but sometimes I will dip into it as a light bronzer. This is in the shade Pillow Talk from Ofra. I really like Ofra highlighters. I'd say I like them better than Jeffree Star, which is good because I don't support him anymore. So next, from Ciate London, Jessica Rabbit was my very first crush. And this highlighter from Ciate London is absolutely gorgeous. So this is being kept. This is the Wet n Wild highlight in the shade Blossom Glow. Everyone raves about these. I am not a huge fan. I like the Pillow Talk one better from Ofra. And with this pinky shade, I have my Rare Beauty one. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. Next, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter, which I'm going to keep this one for now. Right, so I cleared out so many highlighters. That is crazy. I can actually fit everything into my drawer. I think I had 2 drawers of highlighters. Let's put these away and see if I can fit everything in one. I can! Yay, I freed up a drawer. So that is it, you guys. That is my face products. The next video I have up, I will try to get them out pretty freaking close together, will be my eyeshadow palettes, which those 2 bins right there are full. So we will go through those next. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Please check out my Depop. I will link it in the description box down below. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Please follow me on all social medias. I'm everywhere except Snapchat at Shannamarie_84. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!